At the start of the movie, we see a pony named Thelma who is very fond of singing. She even makes a band with her two friends and wants to take part in a singing competition. Aim to win first place. In this process, Thelma practices daily with her two friends, determined to make their band famous. One day, after practicing, they go to work and discuss what could be done to make their band famous or win the competition. While they are talking, the farm owner tells Thelma to focus on her work. As she works, Thelma encounters other friends who make fun of her. These friends are already famous due to their talents. Soon we see a scene where the audition begins. First, her talented friends perform, and everyone loves their show. This makes Thelma very nervous, especially since the band that performed before them received a perfect 10 out of 10. When Thelma finally goes on stage with her band, she barely has time to introduce herself before the judges tell her to leave. Thelma feels it is unfair, asking why they are asking her to leave without giving her a chance to show her talent. The judges respond that they are looking for a stylish singer, not a simple, ugly pony. Angry and disappointed, Thelma starts to respond, but she slips and falls with the drums, causing the audience to burst into laughter. Saddened, Thelma leaves. She later sits in a restaurant, watching a clip of her audition on her phone, which has gone viral, with everyone mocking her. Feeling down, Thelma's friend Otis arrives and tells her he is creating a game where everyone has a unique character. In the game, there's a unicorn, and Thelma expresses a wish to be one. Otis explains that everyone wants to be a unicorn, but no one truly is. Thelma, feeling unattractive and misunderstood, tells Otis that she feels no one will ever let her be famous because she's not cute and is seen as just a weird pony. Otis reassures her, saying she's perfect just as she is, but Thelma remains sad and goes home. The next morning, Thelma sees a unicorn image again, making her feel worse. At work, she encounters the same friend whose audition was successful the day before. As she works, she sees a carrot, picks it up, and places it on her forehead, pretending it's a unicorn horn. Otis comes over, and Thelma asks how she looks. Otis is confused, but before he can respond, a van passes by with a lot of glittery paint. The van loses its balance, and the paint spills all over Thelma. Initially, Thelma is worried she looks even worse, but as she sees her reflection in water, she feels as if nature has granted her wish to look different. She immediately deletes all her old social media profiles and asks Otis to take many new pictures of her for a fresh start. Otis tells her he prefers the old Thelma, but she doesn't listen, excited about her new look. As they continue clicking pictures, a van filled with children drives by. One child becomes very excited at the sight of Thelma, thinking she's a real unicorn. The van stops, and the children ask Thelma if she can perform. Thelma seizes the opportunity and announces that she can sing. The children encourage her to perform, and she asks Otis to bring her instruments. Otis complies, and Thelma performs a song, which everyone loves. Her performance receives praise, and her videos start going viral. At this point, someone asks if she is a real unicorn. Thelma confidently replies, yes. Her singing videos go viral worldwide, and she becomes known as the singing unicorn. Otis, however, reminds Thelma that now that she is famous, she should go back to being herself, but she ignores him, thrilled with her newfound fame. Meanwhile, we see a whale named Lenny, who is also a very famous singer. She tells her manager that her singing is not very famous anymore. People are not liking me here, on which her manager says that your time is about to end. After hearing this, Lenny gets very angry, and she leaves from there in anger. One night, Otis and Thelma were playing when suddenly they hear the sound of some songs. When they follow this sound, they come to know that a very famous producer has come to their shed who wanted to hire them. This producer tells Thelma that I want to make an album with you, on which Thelma agrees immediately. All of them go with this producer to his production house, where their dream was about to come true. All of them practice a lot because they had to release their album. After a while, this producer gets a call from Nikki. Nikki was the same manager who was going to somehow use Thelma to earn money. Nikki offers the producer that Thelma perform in his show. When this is asked to Thelma, she immediately gets ready, on which Otis explains to her that you should have taken this decision, But where would Thelma think? She was just getting a good stage, and she wanted to perform in front of people. Otis said that Thelma was not ready for such a big stage yet, but Thelma does not understand all this. She explains to Otis that not everyone gets such a big opportunity. After which, they both reach the same place through a plane, where Nikki deliberately sends Thelma in a different car and Otis and other friends in another car, which spoils the way so that they could not reach the show. On the other hand, Lenny was very angry because the whole show was now Thelma's. She knew that all the people who are coming to the show have come for Thelma. Now here Thelma was waiting for Otis and his friends to come, but they were not able to reach. Nikki tells Thelma that maybe her friends ran away after giving such a big stage because they never performed on such a big stage. Thelma says that my friends are not like this. They will not be afraid of any stage. But now what could she do here? Thelma gets ready to go to the stage alone. As soon as she starts singing, people go crazy seeing her. Lenny feels very bad seeing all this. After this, Lenny gets very angry, and she goes to the stage where Thelma was still performing. She had the whole intention to attack Thelma. Thelma saves her life and runs away, after which Lenny starts performing in front of people. The rope on Lenny's neck breaks, and she falls very badly on the stage. People make fun of her. Now Nikki tells Thelma that you can sign a contract with me. I will make you very famous, on which Thelma tells her that she is already working with a producer, on which Nikki forces her again, and somehow convinces her. Thelma asks her, will my friends also work with you here? Nikki just agrees to convince Thelma, after which she signs the contract. After this, when she goes out, she sees Otis in front of a lot of people. When she asks Otis, she finds out that his car broke down. Now she tells the whole story to Otis about how she signed the contract. Otis tells her that if you want to be famous in front of people, then you should reveal your identity. But how would she agree to this? On the other hand, Lenny was very angry. Nikki tells the assistant to bring any spicy information related to Thelma, which I can reveal in front of people. Now on the other hand, Thelma was very annoyed with Otis. She goes and tells everything to Nikki that how he is not a real unicorn, but a plain pony. Nikki, after hearing all this, says that I knew you were a real pony and not a real unicorn. Nikki tells Thelma that people don't need to tell anything real. She just needs a unicorn and he just keeps singing songs, and this will make him famous. With this, she tells him that you need to change your friends, after which she introduces her to some real people who are very famous. She believed that Thelma will perform very well with them and will become very famous very soon. Thelma has to agree to all this, even though she doesn't want to. After which, she makes a lot of videos with that famous singer and they become very famous, even though those songs were not very good. After which, Nikki gets a lot of products signed by her, and all this had become so famous that whatever product they launched, it used to get sold in foreign markets. Now Thelma came to give autographs to her fans. Lenny's assistant was also present here. With this, Otis and the rest of the people also come to meet Thelma. But here Thelma feels that they are not very attached to her, after which they leave. Thelma realizes that she has become famous, but along with this, her friends have gone away from her. After a while, some people throw eggs on Thelma on the assistant's behalf, with which the carrot on Thelma's head falls down. Thelma puts it on her head and immediately runs away. After a while, Thelma gets a call from her manager, Nikki. Nikki tells her that Thelma is going to get an award, so she should get ready and reach there. Thelma gets ready and reaches the award ceremony, where after a while, she feels that the paint on her face is getting ruined. Along with this, she gets washed so that she can do her makeup and get ready. There she meets Lenny's assistant, who shows Thelma all the pictures that when eggs were falling on her and the carrot fell from her head. So all those pictures are with this assistant, which means that she was blackmailing Thelma. Then she throws a lot of water on Thelma, with which the paint falls on her. Thelma tells her assistant that I will leave from here. Don't post any of my pictures. My fans will be very hurt, on which the assistant agrees that if you leave from here, then I won't do anything. After which, Thelma leaves from there. On the other hand, the award ceremony had started, and now it was time to give the award to Thelma, on which she is not used to. Manager was looking for Thelma everywhere. Now Thelma realized that what Otis had told her was right. After which, She goes to Otis and apologizes to him that she lost her friends because of being famous. Now Otis tells him that we still have time. We will bring your real face in front of everyone. After which, they get ready to go to a show. This show was also kept by Nikki. On the other hand, when Lenny's assistant gets to know that they are all reaching the stage, she tries to post Thelma's picture, but before she posts the picture, her phone gets switched off. The assistant tries her best to catch Thelma, Otis, and everyone, but they were not in their reach. And in the same way, they all run towards the stage. Now Otis reaches the stage, and he was looking for Thelma. After some time, Thelma comes to the stage, but she was not in the form of a pony. She came back as a unicorn. Here, she tells everyone on the stage that I am not like this in real life and starts telling her story to everyone. With this, she removes all the paint from her face and tells everyone that she is a plain pony. Thelma tells her fans that I got so much love from all of you that I was feeling bad, even though I was bringing my real identity in front of everyone, that someone might reject me. With this, she tells everyone, and I had written a song since childhood which could never be completed. There was a lot of silence in the whole auditorium, and no one said anything. As soon as Thelma starts singing, everyone starts enjoying her. Everyone was still giving Thelma the same love as if they were meeting her as a unicorn. After which, Thelma feels very good. After this, we see that Thelma and Otis have reached their farm again, where all those friends who used to make fun of Thelma are taking pictures with her. Here we see that a truck passes by, on which a white glitter was going. And as soon as this truck turns, all the white glitter comes on Otis, and he becomes like a horse. On which Thelma and Otis both laugh a lot, and with this, the movie ends.